Team deathmatch. Make this quick and clean.
Hello everyone, I'm Vic Taylor and welcome to another Black Ops video. I'm going to be jumping up and down in a few seconds because on the previous game I got attack dogs and I was pumped because I raped. The following commentary is pre-recorded, it is scripted also, I do apologise, but I tried to do it about 30 or 40 times unscripted and it got so bad that I had to quit. I go 25-7 in this game, I hope you do enjoy it. So, what am I going to talk about in this video, you ask? Well, I'm going to talk about how much of a dipshit I am. When I was 5, I went to a friend's birthday party. It was rather cool, with an indoor climbing frame and everything. There was a half-metre high wall that everyone had to climb over to get out of the ball pit. Unfortunately for me, I decided that I was going to be uncoordinated as fuck that day and managed to fall off it. Not only that, but I broke my arm. I know, impressive, isn't it? So while I was sitting there, crying my eyes out, all I could actually think about was, I'm not going to get any cake. That just adds insult to injury, doesn't it? To begin with, I break my arm, but to top it off, I don't get any cake. I mean, what the fuck, life? So obviously I had to go to hospital, and I got a rather cool cast out of it. I couldn't actually write on it, as apparently it wasn't made of the right sort of material, but I think I still have it somewhere, and I actually believe I mentioned it in a previous commentary. The doctors that gave me the cast said it would take about 5 or 6 months to heal. Like, fuck it did. I healed myself in 2.5 months. So, I have a crappy immune system, but I can heal broken bones with a snap of my fingers. Unfortunately, I can't heal blood wounds so easily. When I was 6, I was running across my school's playground. It was rather wet and there were lots of leaves, and I slipped on said wet leaves and smashed my head into a wooden bench. The only thing I can remember from this experience was that when I was being driven to the hospital in a teacher's car, the teacher turned to me and said, "Is the bench all right?" Now, I know now that she was joking, hoping to make me feel better or something, but I was still a kid and didn't understand such complicated things as sarcasm. Therefore, I felt quite hard done by. I'm dying, I have blood pouring down my face, why the fuck are you worrying about the bench? I didn't actually think fuck, because I was too little to know words like that yet. But, thankfully, the people around me when I next cut my head open were a little more supportive. I was walking home and decided that it would be an awesome idea to shut my eyes. So I did so, walked about 5 feet, and tripped over a black plastic bag full of rubbish, ending my dreams of being the amazing, blind but not so, 7-year-old, and cracking my head against a brick wall. I remember nothing more about that, whole experience, so whatever the doctors shot me full of, it obviously worked, and I want some now. That makes, I believe, 9 stitches in my head, a 4 and a 5, which is now, my face, a bloody mangled mess. Speaking of blood, I also managed to cut open the front of my left knee when I was 9, even though I was falling backwards at the time and didn't damage my trousers in any way. If anyone can tell me how I did it, you get yourself a medal. I only remember 2 things before falling over. One, when I hauled up to the teacher, her very wisdom-filled response was, "Stop making a fuss about nothing. I have 2 words for you, bitch. Bite me." The second, and slightly happier thing I remember, is the doctor who patched me up. I believe he was called Ben, and he talked me through the entire process, which made me feel very unworried about things. It was still a stupid thing to happen though, and listing another stupid thing, I was playing in that same school playground, which I'm beginning to think is the cause of all my problems. I was playing tag with my friends and turned my head to look backwards while continuing to run forwards. I then managed to run smack bang into a metal portable netball pole. My vague recollection of what happened next includes several people gathering around me and me going, "What? What happened? Who hit me?" before getting up and continuing with my day as if nothing had happened. I was very sturdy. And yet another stupid thing. I'm beginning to think that all these injuries might actually be my fault rather than the world's. And that's bullshit, isn't it? It has to be bullshit. I was playing indoor football with a Christmas ball decoration. Yep, they're my fault. Okay. Aha, I pulled my foot back to kick it, and the front of my right foot connected with the heel of my left. It hurt, and I fell over like I'd been fouled, which was very immature for a 12-year-old, I'm sure. Only it kept hurting, and it later turned out I'd broken my foot. Yes, I broke my foot by tripping over my own feet. Go me. But now we move past the insignificant stuff and onto the impressive things, like the time, I was stabbed, and the time I fell off a cliff. That's just as impressive as they're going to get, though. I never carried a knife when I was in high school, though I know of several people who did. The knife I had on me at the time of the stabbing was for my cookery class. I had just finished football practice and was walking down a flight of stairs. I managed to trip and fall down them, but I thought I was fine. It took about 15 minutes and my friend pointing it out for me to realise that the knife in my bag had skewered my leg. And there's nothing really more to tell on that front. I didn't go to hospital and I didn't get banned from cookery class. I did, however, break one of my grandmother's cooking bowls and I fell on it. And last but not least, I was in Cornwall cliff climbing. I've always been into, freestyle, without any harnesses or safety shit, that kind of climbing. Well, I was doing so, and I got to the top of the cliff I'd set my sights on. But then I saw a snake. Now, the informed and intelligent person would have calmly avoided it. Unfortunately, it was on my shoe, so intelligence deserted me. I screamed and fell off the cliff. Sigh. When I landed, I thought I'd broken my leg, but it turned out that, apart from some minor bruising, I was fine. So finally, we come to my slogan, the one I've used for a good few years and which all my friends know me by. I can fall off a cliff and I'm fine, but I trip over my own feet and I break my leg. That is all.